Welcome into another video in our series where we're going through and testing every single weapon inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see how viable these weapons are for you to use inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. This is going to include looking at the aftermarket parts, the aftermarket conversion kits, and the MW2 weapons. So if you guys are new around here and you like to see how weapons perform inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, make sure you are subscribed with the bell notifications turned on so you're not missing out any future uploads from myself on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. As well, starting up next month in June, my streams will be firing back up, and they've been absent for a bit, but I'd be honored to have you guys come and hang out and support me over there. We play a ton of custom zombies and other zombie-related games, so I'd love to have you guys come and hang out. Now, they have a brand new event going on right now, the Critical Countdown. Let me know how far along you guys are in the event and what your thoughts on the event so far, whether or not you're enjoying it. Now, in today's video, we're going in and looking at, I believe it's a hidden aftermarket conversion kit for the Lachmann Shroud from MW2. So if you go into your multiplayer weapon selection and check out the Lachmann Shroud, you will see it's got an aftermarket conversion kit called the JAK DECIMATOR, and it's going to require you to get 30 silenced operator kills in order to unlock this JAK DECIMATOR aftermarket conversion kit for the Lachmann Shroud. So I've gone ahead and done that. So today we're going to be checking out the Lachmann Shroud from MW2, taking it through all three tiers, taking on bounty contracts all the way through using the brand new aftermarket conversion kit, the JAK DECIMATOR. So hopefully you guys, by the end of today's video, will have a really good feel on whether or not this aftermarket conversion kit and the Lachmann Shroud is going to be a weapon that's viable for you to use inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So without further ado, let's get to today's review video. Alright, so welcome in. We are going to be checking out the JAK DECIMATOR aftermarket conversion kit for the MW2 SMG Lachmann Shroud. We have the Spawnfire and Orion camo on the gun, and I think that is a beautiful combination, so we're definitely going to be keeping that on for today's run. Now, like I do when I do all the weapon testing videos, we spawn in and we put on our perks, and nothing to add any additional damage to the weapon aside from Deadshot Daiquiri, as I run that almost every single match. I did bring in one extra today, which was my golden armor plates, and we do have mags of holding to show you guys how it works with mags of holdings for later on in the video, so make sure you stick through for that. So the first thing we do is we go in and grab our first bounty contract of the day, and I really am intrigued to see how this Lachmann Shroud performs being fully automatic, as it was very, very strong as a burst rifle for sure. So here we are, we're picking up our first bounty of the day, and you can see it is fully automatic, and you can see the damage is just truly melting our Mimic bounty contract inside of Tier 1. I was thoroughly impressed with just how fast we were able to get through this Mimic and the damage that this Lachmann Shroud was able to do being fully automatic. Like, it was just absolutely melting this Mimic. Although the ammo count I myself have noticed on some of the MW2 weapons is very low for sure. As you noticed, I ran out of ammo finishing off that Mimic contract there. So the next thing to do was to visit Pack-a-Punch, and this is where something really strange happened. So I have the fully automatic JAK DECIMATOR aftermarket conversion kit on. We melee the Pack-a-Punch machine to keep that beautiful blueprint camo combination. And then I Pack-a-Punched it, and it's burst. I'm not sure if this is because maybe we're not supposed to have the JAK DECIMATOR aftermarket conversion kit unlocked yet, or what's going on, but this aftermarket conversion kit states that it makes the Lachmann Shroud fully automatic. And as you can see on our first bounty contract, the Lachmann Shroud was fully automatic. We Pack-a-Punched it, and it has now lost the fully automatic and is back to burst fire. So I'm not sure what is going on with this aftermarket conversion kit, whether it is only working before Pack-a-Punch. Like I said, as maybe it's not something that's actually something we're supposed to be able to unlock yet. So I'm not sure about that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think is going on with the JAK DECIMATOR aftermarket conversion kit for the Lachmann Shroud. Also, right here on the ground behind my Mangler, you will notice there is a sinkhole in the ground. For Season 4, this is a huge warning to all of my viewers. Please be careful when you're playing around the map. Check to make sure you do not fall into these sinkholes. There is no way to get you out. You'll find out later on as I tried to revive or rescue a player in Tier 3 who is in a sinkhole. So there's one in Tier 1, there's one in Tier 3, so just be careful when you're running around the map for Season 4. There seems to have been sinkholes dropped or appearing on the Zombies map, so just be careful. That is a warning for you all. So now we are Pack-a-Punched with White Rarity. Oh, sorry, different Pack-a-Punch. We got, I put Legendary on Napalm Burst before this one. And you can see we just absolutely just ran right through that Mangler. No chance. Legendary, Pack-a-Punched, and Napalm Burst inside of Tier 1 with this Lachmann Shroud and the JAK Decimator aftermarket conversion kit. Whether it's working or not, I'm not sure, but this thing absolutely destroys, 100% for sure. So it was straight to Tier 2 as I was really feeling good using this weapon. And you can see just how strong it handles the zombies in Tier 2. We're Pack 1. Legendary with Napalm Burst taking on our Mangler bounty contract inside of Tier 2. And you can see the damage I'm doing at Pack 1. I wasn't even concerned. I don't know what happened to the Mangler. My match today, I tell you, was full of just the strangest things. Mangler decided to completely ignore me there and turned around. I don't know what was going on there. That was very, very, very odd. But you can see at Pack 1, this Lachmann Shroud inside of Tier 2 is making easy work of just about everything I came into contact with. So the next thing to do is to take this Lachmann Shroud with the aftermarket conversion kit on it that I'm not sure is working to Pack-a-Punch 2. And then grab a bounty contract inside of Tier 2 and see what this Lachmann Shroud can do with this aftermarket conversion kit. But again, I'm not sure if it's even working. So I'm not sure if what we're looking at here is just regular Lachmann Shroud footage, or the damage and how strong it is because I've got the aftermarket conversion kit on it and the fully auto part for the kit is not working. I'm not sure. So I was very, very confused running this match today for sure. Definitely. That is one thing I was unsure of. So we grabbed our Tier 2 second bounty contract, which is a Mimic, and we are Pack 2 Legendary with Napalm, and this just shredded the Mimic. Like, holy smokes, just absolutely eviscerated the Mimic. You can see his health bar just going all the way down. He tried to grab me, but I finished him before he even had a chance to do that. And then I wanted to show you guys, you know, how does the Lachmann Shroud handle Tier 2? Well, with ease. The energy mine took out a bunch of the riffraff around me, but you can see the zombies just get absolutely mowed down by the Lachmann Shroud inside of Tier 2. Double Pack-a-Punched. I feel like if you're running this epic rarity inside of Tier 2, possibly even blue, it's just going to be as effective for you guys for sure. So I'm feeling really confident in recommending the Lachmann Shroud. Whether or not the aftermarket conversion kit is working on it, I'm not sure. But either way, this is a very, very strong SMG to be using inside of your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. So before we go off into Tier 3, I wanted to throw on my Pack-a-Punch 3 crystal that I always bring in with me every single match. And then it was off to find our Wonder Fizz machine. Before engaging into anything inside of Tier 3, I wanted to make sure I had all of my perks. So we dropped in and grabbed the last perks I needed at the Wonder Fizz machine. And then it was time to head off and see what Tier 3 has to offer for the Lachmann Shroud with this aftermarket conversion kit that's not really working at all. But maybe it is, because this is really strong. So I'm not sure if the strength, like I've said, is in the aftermarket kit I'm running or it's in the weapon. But either way, you can see the damage we're doing to our Mimic bounty contract inside of Tier 3 and all the riffraff that is around while I'm dealing with my Mimics. But you can see like just how strong that is. I had no problems taking care of this Mimic bounty contract inside of Tier 3 at all, like whatsoever. It was super strong. I was feeling super confident just running around Tier 3, taking on anything that came my way for sure. I highly recommend you guys giving this a run. Plus, being an SMG, you have that awesome movement speed. There we go. We got the amazing Spinal Husk camo unlocked on the Lachmann Shroud for MW2, which is awesome. So we can get that closer and closer to bioluminescence. I haven't kind of stopped on my camo grind, but I might get back on it and try and get those camos done for you guys. And as you can see on screen, at this point, my energy mine effects aren't working. The reward rift isn't showing up. I had the Sinkhole in Tier 1. I was so confused as to what was going on. So I wanted to throw on my mags of holding, show you guys some crowd control here inside of Tier 3 with mags of holding, because you can just continually tap fire your burst fire. You don't have to worry about reloading or anything like that. And just to show you guys, this is so strong inside of Tier 3. It is definitely viable for you guys. I would put this in my just below OP, because it is so close to being OP. But this definitely is very strong and definitely a weapon that I would say that you guys could run inside of Tier 3 triple pack. If you don't have Legendary, you can run this with Epic and you'll be just fine inside of Tier 3 for sure. Now here is the Sinkhole inside of Tier 3. Be careful, everybody. I don't know what is going on, but this poor player was stuck inside this sinkhole here. I didn't want to get too close because I didn't want to fall in. I could tell that they couldn't get out, So I wanted to go up top and see like what is going on with this player. How far down are they? And yeah, he's definitely, or they are definitely stuck inside the sinkhole. So heads up on tier 3, if you guys are coming here, do be careful for this. So I let him know I was going to go get him a Casimir and see if we can throw a Casimir. Maybe he can jump into the Casimir portal and get himself out of there. So I went off to the buy station and purchased as many Casimirs as I possibly could so that I could hopefully come back and rescue the player who had been stuck inside this sinkhole inside of tier 3. And so here was my first attempt. I thought I would throw it right in the hole, and I did, but nothing happened. Like, it's like it fell through the map or something. Like, the Casimir didn't even go off. It affected none of the zombies nearby. At this point, I was just absolutely totally stunned and confused. Like, what is going on? How am I supposed to get this player out of here when the Casimir I threw down at him didn't even go off? Like, so my next thought was maybe I can drop a Casimir into the sinkhole for him to pick up, and he can throw it, and then maybe, or they can throw it, and then maybe they can get out that way. So that was my next thought process. And so I came up to the sinkhole, and we dropped him a Casimir here to see what would happen. He was able to pick it up, which was good. So he picked it up right there, and I was hoping he would just kind of throw it right by his feet, but we're hoping to use the Casimir, the portal that spawns when you throw a Casimir, trying to get him to jump into that portal so he can jump out. But when he threw the Casimir, it landed up and above his head outside of the sinkhole, so I was unable to help him. And then I threw another one, and it just didn't do anything. So I felt horrible, but there was nothing left I had in my inventory or cash left to help him out. So this is my warning to all you players inside of tier 3. Do be very careful about that sinkhole and that location for sure. Just a heads up. Be careful. Season 4 seems to have spawned in some sinkholes in the zombies map, so if you guys are playing, do be very careful of that. And you can see here now I have no effects playing. My thermite grenade is down. It should be burning. You don't see any of that at all. I was really getting concerned to put my energy mine out. You can't even see the energy mine or it going off. I couldn't see George's attack here as we were taking on Zhorde, the guardian of the arches. We had to. I got to take on George. George, you know, we got to take on George. Threw out another Casimir here, and you can see the damage, the critical hit damage on George is just astronomical with this Lachmann Shroud. We are just literally melting him like a hot knife through butter. It was truly awesome to see, and this weapon is an absolute joy to use, for sure. So, I mean, like, look at that. The only way I was able to find out which head was doing the laser attack was because I had to find one that still had a mouth on it, because there was no actual visual cue for the effects of the laser attack, which really confused me. So then we went down to grab our loot from George, and even the essence containers had no loot in them. So it was straight to exfil. I was worried. I did not want to lose any of my containment streak, any of my stuff. So it was straight to exfil, head out of dodge. Definitely check out the Lachmann Shroud. 30 silenced operator kills with the Lachmann Shroud to unlock the JAK DECIMATOR aftermarket conversion kit, and that's what it does. This modification allows Lachmann Shroud to fire in full auto, so you can see the bullet velocity on the bonuses. This is the weapon build I used for today's run, so if you want to make any changes to the weapon build, let's work together down in the comments section so we can have an awesome build for us all to use. And as well, I wanted to let you guys know the camo I'm running on that is the Lachmann Shroud Mastery, the Orion, and it is on the Spawn Fire blueprint. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you in the next one.